Hi, I'm Chris Ingle, Research and Consulting Director for IDC's Systems and Infrastructure Group, and I'd like to welcome you to a preview of IDC's Virtualisation and Cloud Conference on May the 1st in Dublin, and our Evolution of the Datacentre Conference in London on the 22nd of May. Over the past 7 years, these conferences have tracked the growing strategic importance of the data centre in end-user computing environments. We've looked at the move from distributed computing to a more centralised model for computing. We've looked at how virtualisation is used across the organisation as now a standard for deploying and managing applications. And we've looked at how companies are building public and private clouds. These two conferences, with a lineup of speakers from IDC, from our industry partners, and from companies who are dealing with these challenges, are going to look at the next wave of data centre and virtualisation and how that's affecting customers' ability to effectively use their investment in IT. One of the issues that we'll be looking at is the age of on-premise data centres. The average age in research we've done is about 9 years, an age that's not able to take advantage of modern systems, modern processes. We'll also be looking at a similar line at the importance of networking and a refresh of networking equipment and how companies can invest in networking to get more value from areas like video conference and unified communications. We'll look at how you can prepare your infrastructure for a build-out of both public and private cloud computing and how organisations can use public and private cloud together to gain advantage from their data centre investments. And we'll be looking at some of the issues around modern data centres, so operating at scale with applications that are far larger than we've had in the past and not perhaps written in the same way that we've had in the past. Operating reliably and looking at disaster recovery and some of the storage and backup issues around data centre, and how companies can use service providers, outsourcers and other third parties, as well as public cloud providers, as a part of their data centre strategy. We'll be trying through these conferences to present the attendees both with some quick wins, with things that you can do straight away to gain value in your data centre, and some longer term strategic issues. A piece of research we've done recently with a group of 150 CIOs across Europe looked at some of the issues they're dealing with in terms of servers and storage, in terms of networking applications, and in terms of how they manage their infrastructure. And there's a couple of takeaways from this that we'll be discussing at the conference. So firstly, the importance of management to the data centre. What we found here is that by using advanced automation solutions and virtualisation and systems management together, companies could reduce their downtime by about 30% and increase their application deployment speed by about 40%. So a lot of savings on one side and a lot of ability to operate the data centre more effectively on the other side. Some other findings that we'll be discussing at the conference are some of the savings and some of the ways that you can introduce best practices into the organisation. So we found double-digit cost savings from implementing some of the best practices that we'll be talking about, particularly in terms of reducing staffing costs per unit of compute or networking or storage. And we'll be talking about some of the ways that you can reduce the total cost of ownership, including staff costs and purchase of equipment and software licensing by significant double-digit amounts. So I look forward to welcoming you to these two conferences. As I say, there'll be a lineup of industry speakers and end-user speakers who will be able to address some of these issues. Thank you.